filter, the more life filters with me. It's my own energy. I'm experiencing myself. So the more I filter, the more life filters. It's like, no, let it all flow through me. Give it all to me. I'm going to give it all out. And the more you give me, the more I'm going to give out. But of course, that's how that's how God wishes to distribute the blessings of existence through us. It desires that we spread out as much joy and beauty and abundance to our brothers and sisters as possible. And it desires that we experience that abundance as well. It wants to rain down the abundance and glory and beauty of all life to all of humanity. But it has to have human receptors that are aligned enough to actually do the work and share the wealth, share the glory, share the beauty, the experiences, the colors, the flowers, the constructs. That's the foundation of being royal. You have infinite abundance when you allow the abundance to flow through you. The more you hold on to stuff, being stingy, not trying to help people and stopping everything and closing everything off and locking things up, the more life will stop giving or letting abundance flow through you because you're a limited receptor. A limited receptor. Like if I give it to them, then they ain't gonna hold it and try to keep it in the thing and in the lockbox. And, you know, once again, there is no channel of distribution into life, which allows this person to be an efficient conduit or conduit of the energies of the new earth. The more beauty you give out, the more beauty you receive. The more beauty you give out, the more beauty you receive, beloved. That's how it works. You're experiencing your own reflection. Here we go, ready? Through your acceptance, you receive acceptance. Through your own acceptance. As you accept yourself, those around you will begin to accept you more. It's a reflective energy. It's no different from the principles. The foundational principles are always intact and in our communications, regardless of how we twist it. It's always there. Through your acceptance, you receive acceptance based on your reflection. The more you accept yourself, the more you have the ability to accept others. It's what I allow myself to get away with. That I liberate myself. And I liberate others because as I have this, or I have the emotional content of compassion and quote unquote allowing a person to get away with something, we allow for more acceptance of others. Everybody's doing the absolute best that they can. As I accept things, as I accept myself, as I loosen up on my own disposition or my actions or decisions, as I practice more compassion with myself, the more I have to share. The more harder I am on myself, the less I accept myself, the less I accept others. The more judgments I have, the more filters I experience in my own life and seeing other people and pointing the finger at everybody in the room for what they're doing and not allowing them to get away with not doing so good at cleaning up or whatever. the less patience I have with myself. Once again, I'm only going to continue to experience my own energy. It's in my allowance of self to fall down or make what I consider to be, or at least what the ego mind may be considered or may consider as mistakes, self-criticism. The more I heal that, the less I gossip about people around me or what they're doing, their actions, their lack of consideration, or their hygiene, or what have you. The more I can accept myself. The more I can accept myself, the more I can accept them. Self-acceptance is the foundation of all acceptance. Unconditional love. Self-love is the foundation of all love. You only can share with others the capacity in which you have to share with yourself. So once again, how you treat others is reflective in how you treat yourself. What you're allowing yourself to get away with, or what you're judging yourself for, you do the same thing with other people. And no, this is not about self-judgment or criticism. It's about self-acceptance. That's the latter here. It's an allowance. It's allowing yourself to be where you are on your journey and being unapologetic about it. Working with the energy. But the only way to heal it is to accept it and reveal it. That's the only way to heal it. And your acceptance of it. Once again, Chinese finger trap. No doubt, cut yourself some slack. And the more you cut yourself some slack and you release the idea of judging yourself, the more room you have to actually find the courage to get up and do what you feel that you may be lacking in, or you may not necessarily be the most efficient at. The less you judge yourself, the more willing you are to try, in a nutshell. The less you judge yourself. The more you judge yourself, the harder it's going to be to get up and try to do something different. Once again, the more you judge yourself about it, the more you judge others about it. The more you cut yourself some slack and relax, and, it's not that serious today. No, I had, once again, you don't have to necessarily make an excuse, but it's just about accepting yourself. This is an opportunity for me to practice more self-love. This is an opportunity for me to accept myself. Yeah, it's dirty. Yeah, I'm in the mud. Yeah, I be fucking up, or what have you. All the things that you want to say about yourself. It's just that, once again, after all of that, it's just in your ability to come back home and recognize the paradox of life. I'm perfect imperfection. I'm in the process of healing. Some things I'm efficient at, and some things I'm a little less efficient at. But these are the things in which I'm choosing to work with in this lifetime. I have it in me. Once again, I'm God. I have everything in me. I can do everything. But at this particular point, these are the distortions or the catalyst I'm working with. It's a complex experience, no doubt about it. Very complex. But these are the distortions I'm working with right now in this lifetime. It's okay. But the less I judge myself about it, the more I find the strength in order to execute. It's a counterintuitive function. The less weight and judgment you place on yourself, the more energy you have to find alignment, to try, to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. But in this particular case, this is where we're talking about real strength. Real strength, real emotional strength is the ability to be honest with oneself, recognize the imperfections, and give yourself room to breathe. And then do it anyway. No, I ain't, I'm not as efficient as I want to be in executing and doing this and, doing that when everybody want me to. But when I accept that and I allow and I relax, eventually I'll find the energy and time to just do it, and it'll get done. But me pressuring myself or guilting or feeling guilty or judging myself into doing it, it's not sustainable. See, guilt isn't necessarily a sustainable source of motivation to do something. And feeling as if it's necessary to prove yourself to someone. It's not sustainable. It's not about them, it's about you. But that's where the inner work has its place. Deeper inner work has its place. Compassion is not sympathy. No, compassion is not sympathy, beloved. It's quite different. No, there is no poor this or poor that, or a person being incapable or incapable of execution. Oh, I feel sorry for those people. I feel sorry for them. That is such a shame. There are no victims here, beloved. Even in the midst of some of the most sorrowful things that humans can experience, there's still no victims here. Horrible experiences, hard things that, extremely intense realities. There's people in the face of war, losing their homes, their children. All of these aspects of the hologram are being presented. They're there for the emotional context of the experience. The opportunities in the emotional context of the experience is to do quite a bit of healing, deep healing, and recognizing their own energy. No, of course, it's not about sympathy, but it is about compassion. I understand. Healing. I know it's hard, but we got this. We set this up. I know it's hard, yes, and I know it hurt. I'm sorry that it hurts. I recognize your pain. I send you great healing in light of that pain. But I also recognize the fact that you're God experiencing your own story, your own narrative. This is happening for you, not to you. It's happening for you. Yes, and in one spectrum, yes, it's happening to you, because here in the illusion from the vantage point of duality, yes. But at the same time, on a deeper level, in truth, it's happening for you. These are the stories that you're telling yourself. This is a part of your story. Even if it's a hard part, it's still your story. Once again, the honor is in the responsibility. The honor is in the responsibility. Once again, leaders they're graceful in their willingness to take responsibility. Come on, beloved. Look, when you're in the military, right, just as an example, and you have a squad of people that you're responsible for, say one of your squad went out and got drunk the other night, and it's formation time, and y'all don't know where he at. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and you got to find your soldier. Maybe he went out the night before and got drunk and is in another city or something. Now, he made the choice to go and do what he was doing, but at the same time, as leadership, it's my responsibility to take responsibility for their actions. With within that structure. Yeah, I could say, oh, no, he did it. He went and got drunk and whatever. But it's like, no, you are his squad leader. You're the person responsible for people in your squad, your soldiers. He didn't show up for formation this morning. That means it ain't just him. No, you and your soldier, y'all gonna get in trouble. Y'all gotta do push-ups or whatever. But once again, that's the nature of leadership. Oh, this person did this to me, and I was in a relationship with them, and they cheated on me, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I did this. And if they wouldn't have cheated, I wouldn't have did this. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Regardless of their immaturity or what have you, your choices are still your responsibility. No, Your Honor, I killed her because she was cheating on me, and she told me she wasn't going to do that. But, oh, no, okay, you good. You ain't got to go to jail. She did cheat on you, and I know you got mad, and da-da-da, but it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Your decisions, your actions. It was about your responses or your reactions. You're responsible for your reactions and responses. Of course, it's more mature for you to respond consciously to activity or distorted activity in your reality. Many choose to react, and it's like, well, the reaction came from a lack of emotional self-control. That's why you did what you did, or shot the person or what have you. Like, yeah, that was an immature emotional reaction because that was something that wasn't healed in you. You don't hurt people when something of that nature happens. And yes, it's your responsibility, regardless if they did something or not. You still chose to react versus respond maturely. And this is more so just a metaphor in recognizing the nature of personal responsibility. We have the ability to respond. We can't assume that, oh, no, it was a reaction. No, once again, this is about self-control. Self-control. You don't get pardoned. Oh, well, they just did. I couldn't believe it, so I just killed them. Yeah, well, it's still your responsibility.